Everybody, it's Christopher here, and it's been a while. Uh, um, so I guess I should explain to you why it's been almost 5 months since I've last uploaded. Um, Pretty much, it got to the point with my feet that my podiatrist is like, I don't want you getting out of that recliner unless you really, really, really have to, or having a doctor's appointment. And she was like, I want you in the chair, keep your feet up as much as possible, and pretty much. And then I got a really bad infection that made it worse, in my feet, that is. So I've basically been, for at least a good solid 5 months, just stuck in this chair. Uh, Occasionally getting out for a doctor's appointment or uh, uh, a visit or two in the hospital. But anyway, I digress. I decided that I was tired of at least not letting trains run, and in the current condition that my layout is in, I can't. Um, I can't even do any switching because yes, I can control my trains, but just sitting there watching it go back and forth without throwing switches, and I can't from my point in my chair. It was like that wasn't worth it. So, talking to my dad, what we're going to do is we're going to build the layout in its current condition. It's only got looks like a U, and I need to do the fourth part, which will make a complete loop. Um, my dad's gonna build it to the point where it won't need any legs, so that I can roll under it without any problems with my wheelchair. And then because my layout's pretty high, people can just duck under the layout, uh, and hopefully nobody should hurt themselves too much when they hit their head on it. Ha ha ha. Anyway, so so we've been doing some planning, and one of the things I've been doing is, even though I'm not supposed to be up on my chair, my one foot is almost healed, and they've got really a lot of padding on that wound. That wound's really, really, really small. It's like should be healing within like a couple week, maybe a month, maybe. Um, I've been pretending to be a flamingo, and I hadn't even laid track that went from the one where the yard begins on the layout to where it crosses Norfolk Southern Maine. And don't worry, I will do some video here in a second to explain to you um, uh, where I'm talking about. You'll see what I mean. Um, so I've been up there and basically hobbling with my dad's help. He did most of it, and I kind of directed him, and we got most of that laid. Now, a couple months ago, I got a couple of custom-built curved turnouts from Jason Wilson, Jason Free Hobbies, also known as Colonel Cottonbelt, and I need to finish building them. He didn't want to ship them to me with all the ties and something happening in one break. So I told him I would be able to finish building the turnouts and put the ties on the flyo bond, but I've not been able to get around to it because once the doctor told me I was not able to work on the layout. I'm going to pause this because I'm getting ready to sneeze. Okay, I sneezed. Sorry about that. I'll probably sneeze again. I can feel another one, but oh well. Warning. So basically, yeah. After the doctor was like, "You can't be on your feet," I was like, "Whatever." So I basically went a week without doing anything, and it drove me out of my mind. So I at least had my dad build me a table that I was able to work on my medieval comic book, and thought maybe I could do the train paintings on them, but uh, I need a lot more room to work on the paintings. So I even worked on paintings in like 4 months. Um, I and the way I paint, I don't paint on an easel. So I literally paint like as if bad analogy, but still an analogy, like a coloring book. You're laying down on the table. It's just the way I learned how to paint. I started off an easel, but I just didn't. I was better laying the painting down and doing it that way. But anyway, um, so I'm going to finish building the curved turnouts from Colonel Cotton Belt, and that'll should take me about a couple weeks to do that. Just got to get plyo bond, and unfortunately, I swore I would never use them again because they're just way too out of scale. Even the in-scale ones are too big. Um, the caboose industry ground throws. I'm not saying they don't work. They work great. It's just that they're just too big. Um, these custom curved turnouts, you don't get the spring action, and that's what I like about Picos and even the new Walthers turnouts. They have that spring, so that I don't use um, any machine under it, the tortoise machines. Just I don't like. I tried to do that one time and I effed it up so bad. Excuse my French, and I felt like I didn't want to deal with it again. So I usually just use my finger, just throw the switch. You can't do it on these curved turnouts that Colonel Cotton Belt built. So unfortunately, just for the time being, when I build them, I'm going to have to get some of those caboose industry throws. Like I said, not that they don't work great. It's just me. I like, you know, quasi-reality, and they're just way too big. But I'll just, for right now, I'm going to do it just to get the main line done. The fourth part, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to lay the track from my chair here. Dad's going to build the framework to go across, and I'm going to have like a little piece of benchwork top laid down, and then I'll lay the cork and the track down, and then once that's in, he'll put it up onto the benchwork, and we'll connect it to the track from there, because it'd just be a lot easier for me anyway. Me being on my feet ever so briefly, even trying to help Dad show him where I want things to go, and him getting frustrated because he's an O-scaler and hasn't worked with HO track in 40 years. It's like, that was too much on my feet, as it were. So I'm gonna do this section from the comfort of my recliner. So anyway, all right, so we're going to go ahead and go into the next video where I show you what I've been working on, or I should say we have been working on. When I say I hope y'all know it was me and my dad, because like I said, he did most of the work. I just kind of helped him, show him where things needed to go and whatnot. But anyway, so here are those videos, and hopefully I should do a last little bit of like maybe a quick run by from local layout, listen to me, of the trains on the layout from my vantage point here in my chair. So anyway, happy motor railroading. I'll probably say that again later. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, if the video seems a little shaky, it's because I'm playing flamingo. I'm keeping that one leg up while I take this video very quickly. So as I said, here comes the main line. over right there is the diamond in which it's going to cross. The Norfolk Southern Main, which is these two parallel tracks. It'll come from the other side, which we'll get to in a second. But it'll come this way, and I got the main line, so to speak, the through track in between the yard, coming down here. Now, here is a placement of where these two switches will go. This is just temporary, obviously, because I gotta finish putting the ties on the switches. But you can see how the switches are going to be over here. The back track there is what will end up right here. Even though the back two tracks are part of the yard, it'll be mostly for my quote older equipment. Probably store some Tyco stuff on there. That will be my museum. So, but yeah, I've only got these in temporarily for right now, because like I said, I've got to rebuild them. But once they're built and I get everything going, ooh, like I said, I just hit the layout with my elbow. And this is not easy doing this on one leg. So I will have one more switch here, but it won't be a curved switch. It'll be a regular turnout. And then down here, I have already one turnout going the other way, and there will be another turnout right where that end of that curved track is. So let me show you where the third curved turnout is going to go, and that'll be on the other side of the layout part that's not built yet. Okay, no, so on the other side of the fourth part of the layout that's not currently built is where the third curved turnout is going to go. So just quickly, because my legs hurting having to stand the way I am, I just figured I'd show you. This will come around and basically go to the other side where the diamonds are. I'm hoping like within 2 months I can have trains running round and round. And I want to thank my dad for helping me do this, because you know, it's being restricted from being up on my feet like this is really restricting. Haha. So anyway. Again, thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Again, I'll should be doing some more videos soon. Peace out. Happy model road owning.